All right, what's on the bench today? It is a cable, a very nice one, made by Rosenberger RF Flex. So very expensive cable. And on this end, we have just a regular SMA connector. No 3.5 millimeter or anything. It's just an SMA connector. Nice. There's this heat shrink that has like glue in it, and it really makes a nice seal. So that's on this side. But what the video today is about is this side. All right. I'll get some close-up photographs here in a bit. But I was at my friend's house, and he had some of these, and I went, I've never, ever seen anything like this, and it can't possibly work. It just seems like a stupid idea. All right, so let me get a different lens for the camera because I want you to see this thing up close. All right, this is the normal side here. Let me focus it, and you can see it's just a normal SMA. Okay, let's take a look at the other end though, and it kind of starts out the same. And then you go, wait a minute, what is that? I've never seen something that looked like that, all right? And then you look at the end and you go, oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's a push-on SMA connector, okay? A push-on connector for a $500 cable. It made no sense to me. It made no sense. Now, I mean, I've done a ton of videos on, care and feeding of SMA connectors and using a torque wrench. And, I showed you that if it's loose, it doesn't look good on instruments. And if you tighten it up, you can see it. And I demonstrated that on a TDR measurement. And so it's got this locking collar too. You can push it on, and then you can push this little locking collar on, and it kind of, it's like a collet system that squishes it down a bit. And I thought, okay, well, maybe, if all you're doing is maybe hooking it to a source, but there's no way you can make a measurement through this cable, right? It's got to have a terrible discontinuity when you just plug the sucker on and have it wiggle around. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to hook it up and do a TDR on it and look to see how bad of a mismatch this thing is and if it wobbles around or not. So yeah, that'll be the video today. All right, we're going to be using my my DCA 50 gigahertz oscilloscope. It's got a TDR plug-in, so we're going to be using the TDR. I did a bunch of videos on the TDR plug-in, so if you're curious, we'll go watch those. But this is going to be a time domain reflectometry. It'll see if there's any discontinuities. We can measure 50 ohms through the system. So we need a cable. Okay, so here's the cable. We'll start with the regular SMA and see how nice of a cable we have. All right, so I can demo it here. You can see that, let's see, we have, all right, there we go. I've set the machine up for TDR mode in ohms. So we have 0 ohms, and then it comes up and we have 50 ohms, and then it continues to be 50 ohms through the system until the end of the cable, and then we get a big reflection at the end of the cable. So the area of interest is right here. So let's zoom in on that. Okay, and let's change the units over here to be, let's say, 5 ohms. There we go. All right, so you can see that if we have a loose connection here, we get this little bump. So we're looking, you can see a little mark there. We're looking at that right there. That is the time domain of that connector, okay? So I'm going to screw this connector down, okay? And then I'm going to put an official torque wrench on it, and we will torque it to spec. And okay, and you can see that we have that just maybe 1 ohm of bounce or something like that. It's really a really nice measurement. Okay, we're getting very good measurements with that connector. So that is a very good connector, okay? And a good cable too, very, very, very 50 ohm cable. Of course it would be, this is a very expensive cable. All right, you can see we're getting a really bad reflection now because I'm loosening the connector. All right, so what we want to do is now we have a big discontinuity right at the connector because I removed it, right? We get a big reflection there. All right, we're going to use this press-on thing, and I will press it on. And look at that. It's like almost as good. Let me go ahead and push the locking collar in. If I can do that. Yeah, I pushed the locking collar in. And look at that. I don't see any difference between the two. So let's take it off again. Let's remove pull that collar back out. Oh, there we go. So we get a big discontinuity. Let's plug it back on again. We just slap it right on there. And look at that, without pushing anything. Is it repeatable? I don't want to really ruin the threads of this nice connector I have over here, but yeah, there you go. So I would say that it's a perfectly good thing, except for it's gonna ruin the threads on this adapter here. So I don't want to do it anymore. But yeah, craziness. He says they use them all the time at work. He says it was the very first time he had ever seen them also in his career. And he said they seem to be all over the lab, and he used them, and they seem to work out okay. Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Weird little press-on SMA connector. Raise your hands if you've seen one before. Yeah, amazing.